my old man's pad. He was an ex-Caltrans worker like my dad. And my old man said, how's things going? He said, oh, man, these niggas got a peace treaty. I ain't making no money. They got to get back to shooting each other. And it made me realize how much money is in gangbanging for other people.
It's a business. It's a business.
It's a business. It's a business. It's a revenue stream.
Yeah, they opened up schools for people that's going through the court system. The court system stay full. The jails houses stay full.
The only people ain't making no money is the ones who's banging.
That's the only one making no money. Police, every time somebody gets shot, overtime, big time. They get paid for standing around with their hands in their pockets, holding their gun belts. They get paid for that.
They keep back the recruiting line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
when they work in these areas, you know, they get extra money.
Yes,
for high crime impact areas.
Yes, sir.
So that's what this movement is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to create safe passages and create a space and get them something to do besides hang out in the streets.
And we got to educate our people. We got to force these conversations so that everybody can understand just how important you are as a person. Your life have value. This is not about Black Lives Matter, but this is just about understanding like you count, you mean something. You know, take advantage of the time you have during this life and make the best of it. You know, we can't be so quick to count each other out or want to kill each other. We have created our own internal genocide between the murders, the drugs,
segregation, and resegregation. Genocide and segregation. We are segregated in our own communities. Everybody came. In fact, this morning I was looking at a video. This brother's a bus driver. He had to drive some kids off at Nickerson Gardens and the 118th. The brother made all the kids get off the bus before he got to school, refused to drop them off at home. And it's on Instagram. It happened recently. And it's a Black brother. He's from LA, and he was a bus driver. And everybody's pissed at him. He had about 12 or 13 kids, made them get off the bus because he refused to drop them off at their destinations. And some of those destinations were in Watts and parts of LA that he didn't feel comfortable going to. So that's a direct result of hood segregation that we have imposed upon ourselves that make it hard for us to do business. Speaking of business, ain't nobody gonna bring no business worth a damn to the hood if they can't survive.
Yeah.
You won't get it. Go ahead.
Look at the bigger picture. Compton 20, 30 years ago was a chocolate city, man. Like, if we could have just held out and got our minds right back then, people could have really prospered. But instead, you know, it turned into an urban war zone. And now look at us. If we probably went from being 85, 95% of the population to maybe, if we lucky right now, 15 to 20.
We're the underdog.
And, you know, our kids, it's constant, you know, they having problems at the schools from race riots. You know, where do we belong? So we end up going to the outskirts or back towards the south, Texas and you know, Mississippi, going back to Lancaster, Palmdale. Well, when really this was like one of our safe havens, Compton, Linwood, Carson, Gardena. This was home for us. And this one of the last cities, but it's like we gave it away. We lost it.
You know,
to our own demise, our own misguided anger, our own hatred towards each other.
You guys at your event on last Tuesday, right?
Yes, Tuesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had folks from various organizations, including mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that component.
So important.
We had the Crips, we had the Bloods, we had some women, we had the Muslims, we had a lot of different resources. You know what I'm saying, for people that need assistance. The pastor in Orange did a phenomenal job, you know what I'm saying, facilitating. I like the atmosphere, because in that atmosphere, you got to monitor your mouth. You got to watch what you say, because you're in the sanctuary, you're in the church.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
If we'd have been in a regular building, the energy would have been different. But because we was in the church,
yeah, people seem to respect that.
They had to respect that space.
And you know what? Another thing, that mental health being in the house, we just talked to somebody last night. They're talking about trying to bring free mental health services to anybody that want it. We need to start normalizing the ability and the process of counseling, bro. It's okay. Like we grew up under the thought of in the trains of you got to be hard, you got to be tough. Don't tell nobody. You can't cry and all that kind of shit. Well, really, that's kind of like bullshit. We need to be able to learn how to process things, learn how to get that anger out with strategies that's healthy, techniques that's healthy. We need to learn how to communicate healthy. So mental health in our community, too many of us that experience losses that I don't think we're supposed to naturally experience. I don't think we're supposed to endure constant murders.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
It's one thing to grieve a death and you process and grieve a death. It's another thing at 12, 13, 14 years old for somebody to be snatched out of your life over a gang murder or a murder of any sort, and now you just keep going in life. So you become numb to it, and that's not normal. That's not right. It's not how it's supposed to be. I don't think that's not supposed to be like that in any venue in the world. A child is not supposed to experience those around them getting killed. Even an adult, it's not the natural cycle of life. So mental health is key.
Yeah, and it goes untreated.
And it goes untreated.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been to 56 funerals this year.
56.
Oh my God, dog.
56 funerals this year.
Wow.
This year? It's only
That's
July.
crazy, homie.
Crips and Bloods. I've been to 56 funerals this year.
Jesus
Come on,
Christ, man. This is getting ridiculous, man.
It's crazy that but
doing the job for the KKK.
The crazy part about it though is I see progress at these funerals now, because I done been to Blood funerals and seen Crips there, and I done been to Crip funerals and seen Bloods there.
Okay.
So that shows me that we have more in common than we not have in common, and not only that, is the respect is there. We just got to keep on enforcing it. We got to keep on pushing our agenda and don't let nobody get in the way of it.
Now, and I'm a big advocate on leading by example and just live in love. Like you don't have to. I know some people feel like you're gonna have to put some demos down to get people to fall in line, or you could actually just be a good example. People pay attention. Young people are observant, and if you are presenting yourself to be in a position or be a person that they find something in you that they want to borrow some of, just the characteristics, your traits, your mannerisms.
That's right.
You know what, he got a job, or he a family man, or he show love. All those kind of things is jewels that a youngster would gladly pick up. We just got to show it. We just got to be willing to be stand on who we are as far as men, as far as being reasonable.